Hey everybody, welcome to Round the Twist, episode 340. It's August 12th, 2018, and welcome to my backyard. Everyone has kind of commandeered the inside of the house, so hubby is sleeping in the basement where I normally record, napping. The twins are each napping in their respective rooms, and I may have kicked my friend Sarah out of back here so that I could record, because if I record in the house, the kids will hear me and wake up. If I record in the basement where I'm at, then hubby will wake up from his nap and be grouchy. So, backyard it is. Welcome to what has turned into a rather nice backyard, thanks to friend Sarah. Honestly, I don't know how I would have made it through this summer without her. She has helped immensely in many and various and sundry ways. So, first things first, what I have on my needles. I have one thing I can show you and one thing I can't because it's not here. So we'll start with the thing I can. And since we're outside, the setup's a little different. You'll hear road noise because the highway's right over there. And I might be squinting a little so I can see what's going on, but I'll try not to. So, I'm also rushing, working against the sun. Like out here where the camera is in the sun, and back here is not. So, actually, hang on. We're going to refinagle a little bit here. Let's see if we can do this without sending things flying. I'm just going to scoot because I don't like having electronics in the sun that much in the time it took me to write my show notes. There, now it's in the shade. That's better. In the time it took me to write my show notes, where the camera was sitting went from shade to sun. So we're going to work fast. Wait for that motorcycle to go by. The ambient noise of my backyard. It's actually rather soothing. Kind of surprised. Anyway, what I have on my nails. First thing is going to be the stained glass blanket, take 2. This lovely bit of business here. Get it the right way around for you. This thing. This is Juggling Hexes by Wendy Harbaugh. It's a free pattern that's available if you go on Ravelry and search under the pattern search for Juggling Hexes. I'm crocheting this in Blue Moon Fiber Arts, Socks That Rock, lightweight and medium weight, all kinds of scraps that both I had, my mom had, various people have given to me. And then the black that I'm doing the edging in here, let's find one you can see the black better, is the Loopy You Solid Series in black. Creatively named, I know. So, this, did I? Yes. Okay. Crocheting it all up using an F hook, which is a 3.75 millimeter hook. There's my black. Where's the hook? I just use a regular old, it's a Susan Bates, it's not a boy. Yeah, it's a Susan Bates hook. There. It's actually working better. I kind of like this outside thing. As long as the weather stays nice. It's a decent day today. So you guys know I did all those centers. I've still got a few left to get one of every color that my mom had given to me. I think I've got like 8 or 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I have 9 different centers left to do, to add on before one of every color that she gave to me will have been put on. So I think I had like 20 some. I can't remember. And that's okay. But last week, I had used my little progress keeper from Meliabella. You can find her Etsy store, which I think it's just Meliabella over on Etsy. That was where I was last week. So I added 1, I added 2, I added 3. No, I'm going the wrong way. I did not add those. Forgive me. Wrong way. It's like, I'm not running out here. What's going on? I added this one. Then this one. 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2 of them, unfortunately, are the Raven series. This one just has teal undertones. And this one has kind of a teal, like a magenta that's been overwashed with black, so it's almost a burgundy and then a purple. Kind of see? Oh, you can actually see it pretty good. Other colorways, this one, no clue. orange and gray and blue and kind of a taupe. This one I do know it's one of the Christmas colorways. It's called Cookie Next Door. And this one, again, no idea. Lavender, kind of that taupe color, and then a deep evergreen. I want to say it's like Tide Pool or something, but I don't think that's right. So I added 5 more centers. I'm up to a total joined on of 79 centers. 79? Yeah. No. I added 5. I thought last week I had 75. No, last week I had 74. So yep, 79 centers total on the blanket. And it kind of, if I plop it, it goes kind of from my hips down to maybe right above my ankles, and I've got long legs. So it's coming along. We're adding lots. I'm excited. Getting them joined on. So there you go, this lovely bit of business that I can't wait to cuddle up under this winter. Hopefully it will be big enough to do that, or at least use as a lap throw. Cover the feet while I knit or crochet on one end or another of it. Second thing that I have on my needles is the thing I can't show you because, like a dolt, I left it at work. So it is the Fallen Leaves socks. You're gonna hear Consuela. She's coming to defend the yard. Consuela, come here. Come here. Come be my co-host. Itty bitty. Consuela's out here with me. She's defending the yard against people going by on the walking path. No, no face kisses. You know I don't like face kisses. No. So she is being very cute, and she alternates between being in the shade and being in the sun to recharge her batteries. Yeah. Yeah. She's usually curled up under whatever chair I'm sitting in out here, so. Ugh. But people go by on the walking path. That's the other side. So our house has like walking path, train tracks, highway, so you'll hear various things going by. Hopefully not a train today. We haven't had one for a few weeks though, so Anyway, the Fallen Leaves socks. I'm knitting a 72 stitch vanilla sock out of a Gales Art sock blank, a single sock blank in the colorways called the Fallen, and it ranges from like a rusty orangey red to a gold to a brown to a magenta color, and then she stenciled different colored leaves, like fall leaves across the whole thing. Unfortunately, I took it to work, so I'd have something to work on during morning meetings since I hit a point with the with Gabe's sweater that I couldn't work on it there. And I left it there this weekend. I forgot to grab it so I could show you guys. I'm sorry. So, knitting it up on a US 1, 2.25 millimeter needle. I've got I finished the 20 rows of ribbing, and I've got maybe an inch and a half further into the plain stockinette cuff. I don't know how long I'm going to make it. I don't know who these socks are for. I'm saying they're for me, but I don't know. We'll see. So that's everything actively on the needles. I'm going to be getting something started here shortly because I have an FO. I finished the Gabe's Muffin Babies sweater, Kermit edition. Started this July 9th. Finished it August 10th. It almost looks like it could fit me, which I probably could, but I'm not going to. This is Hearthstone by Isolde Teague. It was originally in the Heart on My Sleeve collection that Tin Can Knits organized. It's now available individually. So the main thing with this, it's a nice plain bottom-up stockinette sweater. The thing that makes it special are the raglan decrease cables. And they were lovely and easy to work, and I loved them. Then, let's see what else. I knitted up in a size 6 to 8, so hopefully, and added some extra length. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Gabe will be able to wear it this winter with the sleeves rolled up, and next winter, fall, early winter, before he goes through like 8 more growth spurts and grows out of everything that I just bought him. The yarn, I didn't bring a tag out with me. This is, again, I'm thrown off because I'm not in my usual spot. Sun Valley Fibers DK Superwash Blueface Leicester. And the colorway was called Cricket, but it is definitely Kermit the Frog Green. And you'll see why. So I knit the whole thing up using a US 4 for the ribbing, which is what the pattern called for, but then to get gauge on the stockinette portion, I had to go up to a US 8. So the 4 is a 3.5 millimeter needle for that ribbing, And then for the body and the sleeves, I did a US 8, which is a 5.0 millimeter needle. Yeah, I loved this. It was just so much stockinette to motor through. Now I know. I did end up with plenty of yarn after all my worry last week. I ended up with probably still at least half of the 4th ball left, so I could have lengthened it even more, but then it would have been a dress. So I'm glad I didn't, but will I be lengthening it for them more? No, because it is a bottom-up sweater that would entail ripping out the entire yoke, and that's just not going to happen. I did have about 80 bajillion ends to weave in. It felt like. It's really not. And that one worked its way to the outside, so I'm going to have to pull that to the inside. On the back. Sorry. Show you my boo-boo. I must have cut a tail a little short, and I've got a little whoop sticking out right there. Flip it inside out so you can see I did. So every time I joined a ball, I'd just knit with both balls for a little while. Oh, this is soft. This Sun Valley Fibers, it is so soft. It smells very woolly, even after being washed. It did grow, so like down here, I joined on. There's where I wove in some of my ends. So I'd knit with both strands for a little distance, maybe about 8 stitches. I'd drop the old one and then leave a tail at both ends, and then I wove those tails in. Showing everyone my inside work. I think I did pretty well at hiding all my stuff, but yeah, a lot of spots in the underarm. It's harder to see where I wove in. You can kind of see there's a tail popping out there. This is on the inside though, so it doesn't matter. As long as they don't work their way to the outside, but they are very secure. Washed it in some soak, and man alive did this sucker grow. It was huge. It was so long. The sleeves just went. The nature of superwash, I took the towels that I had squished the extra water out with, and I threw everything in the dryer. Couple turns around for this one. I did 2 20-minute times through just to get the excess water out, and everything just kind of went, and Gage is perfect, and it still fits him, and it's wonderful. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So it's just for future reference, I will probably hand wash. Even though it is a superwash sweater, I'm still probably going to hand wash it just to get some longevity out of it, and then throw it in the dryer just to shrink things up a bit, but it will definitely fit him for quite a bit. Tried it on him, and the sleeves come just long enough that they're uncomfortable, and I rolled them up and he went and he was so excited. So one Muffin Baby sweater down. So the story behind the name, again, the kids can't pronounce Muppet Babies, so they hear Muppet Babies and they go, oh, Muffin Babies. And it helped that Gabe picked Kermit the Frog green and Tara happened to pick Miss Piggy pink. I can't remember what colorway it actually is. The green is Cricket, again, from Sun Valley Fibers. But that's it. That's everything that I have. I haven't sewn my Game of Thrones scrub top yet. That is this afternoon, or it was going to be until hubby laid down for his nap right next to my sewing room. So yeah, we have one, I'm going to attempt to do one of the questions out of the Any Questions thread, move on to Various and Sundry. This is from, it always moves. Violet wants to know, how do you hold the hook and yarn when you crochet? Could you show it, please? Violet, just for you, I'm going to attempt to do this. It's probably going to be a hot mess, but let me dig. I'm going to find a skein, one of my scraps for my blanket. I'm not going to try to do this in black because I want you to actually be able to see it. So let me dig. Hang on. Grab a ball. And I'm going to pull you guys toward me again. And we're going to flip the camera around. Ooh, please don't fall. We are pulling over uneven ground. Hi, how you doing? I turn around, there's my house. How you doing? Okay, you get a lovely shot of, oh, let's try the lovely shot of the tree. Lovely shot of the tree, yeah, right. What am I saying? We're gonna go right here. All right. So, hi. Get my yarn out here. I'm going to try to stay in frame. I didn't even try to do this before, so I'm going to make my slip knot. Get my loop secure. So I know some people hold their hook this way. My mom was taught by my grandmother, and we both hold our hook kind of a pseudo pencil grip, almost. So pencil I would hold like this, but I make sure my last stitch is secured using my middle finger. So I go this way. Pressure. That's 4, 5, 6. I'm going to join my loop. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I have no clue. Well, I do. I'm trying to stay in frame and it's throwing me off. I normally move around quite a bit more. My hands are normally all over the place. I'm trying to hold as steady as I can. So holding it this way, I do have a lot of wrist action with my right hand, but it doesn't seem to affect, for me anyway. It's actually, to me, it feels rather good because I tend to keep my hands very static when I'm knitting. And someone's probably going to speak up and say, you're wrapping your yarn backwards. You know what? Crochet is just like knitting. As long as what you're getting in the end comes out the way that you like it, doesn't matter how you do it. So don't let anyone ever tell you you are doing something wrong if you like how you're doing it and the product that you're getting. Because I've had people tell me that because I throw when I'm knitting. I knit English, I don't knit continental, generally speaking. And they say because I throw, I'm doing it wrong. And I say, you know what, I'm still knitting. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is where it gets fuzzy for me. Because I have to do 12, and I have to be very careful to count, because this is where I throw it off on that first round. Then I don't have, you know, the right number for the rest of the rounds, and I don't find out if I don't count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One more. If I don't count now and I throw it off, I won't find out until I'm going to join it onto the blanket, and until I'm almost done joining it onto the blanket. All right, there you go. That's how I start my crochet hexagons. So I'm going to let you guys go. Let me turn this back around so I can tell you goodbye properly. Okay. I'm going to let you guys go until next week, when we'll see where I record. I'm not sure where it's going to be, but until then, happy knitting.